Cottage, where Liverpool come for a league game for the first time, would you believe it, since 1967, and for the last time with the ground in its traditional structure. A new stadium on this site will start its construction in the summer, and Fulham will spend next season a couple of miles or so north of here, sharing with Queen's Park Rangers. The team news for you. Jean Tigana is not a manager who makes excessive changes, but those two successive losses at Middlesbrough and at Highbury have led to his captain being left out of today's starting 11. Andy Melville is replaced at centre-back by the Moroccan international Abdes Ouaddou. In midfield, out goes another experienced campaigner in John Collins, replaced by Luis Boa-Morte. Sean Davis is healthy again after missing out at Highbury through illness. And Louis Saha edges out the top scorer Barry Hales in attack. For Liverpool, well, Jamie Carragher not available through suspension, Steven Gerrard still unfit, and Michael Owen rested, though he is on the bench. Stephen Wright covers for Carragher at left back. It's the same midfield four who played so well in Turkey on Tuesday against Galatasaray. Nicolas Anelka not eligible for European competition for Liverpool, but he starts today to give further French flavour to the occasion. Fulham to kick off. Sunny, a little chilly. Fulham 9th in the table, which is higher than the club has ever finished in the top division. They're also in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. And here's Steve Finnan for them. They're well aware of Liverpool's strength, particularly away from home. They've won 9 times in the league on their travels, which is a tremendous record. They are great counter-punchers away from Anfield, where their results haven't been quite so impressive. Liverpool have to beat the 65 times capped international for Holland, Edwin van der Sar. And it's the Pole, Jerzy Dudek, at the other end. Liverpool have had some relatively recent successes here in cup competitions. And in the 1950s they did beat Fulham 3 times in the old second division at Craven Cottage. But they've only once ever won here in a top division fixture. That was back in 1949 with a goal from a true Liverpool legend, the late Billy Liddell. Davis, who was a big doubt through illness, but has been passed as sufficiently healthy to start. Marley, using the full width of the Craven Cottage playing surface. And although Fulham have lost their last 2 games, Marley scored in both of them, so his confidence should be high. Skimmed off the head of Holshot. Fulham have a corner. Still inside the opening 10 minutes. Ouaddou going towards the near post. Dudek, he had to reach high to claim it. But claim it he did from the very eyebrows of Louis Saha, who was up high. Dudek's not the tallest goalkeeper, especially in comparison to the man at the other end today. But he was very efficient for Liverpool when the corner came in. Saha. Davis trying to go wide. Now Brock. Davis does get it to Rufus Brevitt this time. Bronk goes ahead of him. Legwinski stopped by Danny Murphy, who's in the centre of Liverpool's midfield today, just ahead of the other central midfield man, Didi Hamann. Boa-Morte left-footed, but on the right-hand side at the moment, where he has played most of his Premiership football for Fulham. But that thrust down the Fulham right, diffused by Ionana Risa, who has settled in so quickly to the English game. Heskey got the better of both Legwinski and Wadu. Trying to connect with Anelka. Marley trying to link up with Saha, but both sets of front men, it was not quite happening there. Maybe here. Anelka. Abel Xavier. Murphy lets it run. Harmer. When Rees has got the ball today, not me having to tell you. Ancho. Brevitt. Both these sides have very good defensive records, so they have to work hard for their goals today. Fulham's was somewhat dented by the 4 they conceded at Arsenal last Saturday, and it could have been many more. Malbrock. That's just too high for Marley. Made a good run. That was typical Fulham. They just put the ball down at the free kick and put a couple of short passes together before looking for the more probing ball towards Marley. Anelka heads on. And Brevitt had to be brave then. Quick thinking by Murphy as the ball dropped for him. Anelka hits Brevitt. Oh, and they've hesitated. Anelka's in! And Nicolas Anelka scores for Liverpool. In the 13th minute. I don't think Jean Tigana will think his side have been unlucky. They were lacking in defensive substance, because when the ball bounced back, Fulham should have been favourites to get to it, but it was a case of after you, Nicholas. And Anelka did the rest to add to his goal at Anfield against Everton in the Premiership last weekend. And a Frenchman scores for Liverpool to dent a team full of Frenchmen and a French manager, of course. And once Liverpool have got in front in a game, they're very hard to turn around. That's the task facing Fulham here. Risa. Very decisive work from Wadu against Risa. Saha. Nudged in the back by Herpia. Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 1. Paolo Di Canio on target at Villa Park. Davis for the free kick, gets the ball back from Finner. Malbrock. Saha! Well, in a way, that's been the story of much of his season. But it was a marvellously struck shot. Set up by Malbrock, shrewd header, and Dudek very relieved that it struck the top of the crossbar and, from Liverpool's point of view, passed over to safety. It was a really fine try for the French striker, recalled by Jean Tigana today, and trying not to suffer in comparisons with Nicolas Anelka. Here's Barmorte. Oh, Marley! Steve Marley's in, another French striker, but Ancho across. It was, again, what Liverpool are at the back. They give so little away, and Stefan Ancho has damaged himself in a truly goal-saving challenge here, because Marley had left Herpier. How did he get his foot round like that? Well, that's an old injury that's left a scar. Or the problem this time, Dave Galley's about to find out. But you'd have backed Marley at this moment, but Ancho said, no, that's mine. Liverpool trying to make this a very different occasion from that close to here at Stamford Bridge when they lost 4-0. Saha, Marley, Albronc to the left. Trying to get round the outside, and he's cut it back towards Marley, but he was beaten to it almost leisurely fashion by Sami Herpier. Murphy. Plenty of midfield support for Emil Heskey. Schmitzer. Stephen Wright, who's certainly a young man who's made progress this season in terms of his involvement with the Liverpool first team. Still suspended for that sending off at Arsenal in the FA Cup. Liverpool, let me remind you, have won their last 3 away in the Barclaycard Premiership, at Manchester United, at Leeds United, and of course the 6th, many of you might have seen with us, that they stuck past Ipswich without reply. It's a measure of what Fulham are up against today. Well, they've certainly had their moments in the first half. Here's Risa, though, looking to trigger off a chance for Liverpool to double their advantage. Schmitzer ran down a cul-de-sac in the end. Boamorte did get the ball, but maybe got the man first. The man was Harman. Anelka. Murphy. Ancho. Off Breivik, and Van der Sar prevent the corner. He's taken a bit of a chance in doing so because he didn't get the ball directly out of play, but Albronc was alive to the problem that Fulham had, and their goalkeeper had in particular. Saha. Wadu. Finnan for Boamorte. Had to get it back to Finnan, and he has done that. He was sent tumbling by Stephen Wright, and Wright, the defender, has injured himself in the process. Could have been a free kick to Fulham. They're going to get a throw. It wasn't a free kick simply because Alan Wiley recognised they were still in possession after that from Boamorte. So Liverpool again down to 10 men. But Wadu losing to Anelka, who's certainly got the speed to think about a direct route here, but there is support arriving. And it comes from Murphy, and it comes from Schmitzer, and the pass, fortunately for Fulham, for Schmitzer wide, but he's got his cross in, which Heskey was trying to head home. Liverpool desperately trying to get Stephen Wright back on. Alan Wiley not responding to the waving, now he does. He gives a free kick against Ancho for clattering into Marley. The Liverpool wall will have to go back at least the same distance again as it started. From where it started. 2 between Malbranque and Boamorte. It's Boamorte, just kept on rising. And all the power was there, but they're still looking for the placement, Fulham. But even though they're behind, there must be a huge percentage of their supporters here who recall the days only half a dozen years ago when they were struggling in the lower reaches of the 3rd division, the bottom division of the Football League. And here they are playing Liverpool in the Premiership. And they're starting the day this late in the season in the top half of the table. So a few more points to be garnished though and gathered before Fulham will feel that the first part of their work in this campaign is done to ensure that it's not a flash in the pan. But a match on Wednesday, they play at Chelsea. City of Liverpool are at home to Newcastle. Schmitzer, diving header away from Goma. Malbranque. Goma again. Go to the right-hand side to Boamorte. Finnan is starting from deep, but trying to support. I think he knows Boamorte's modus operandi to go infield. Malbranque has made space for a shot. It hits Sancho, gets himself in the way again, and it's a corner. Useful signing, Steve Malbranque, and he takes the corner. This is Clark. Malbranque managed to get back onside. You could say Liverpool were a bit slow in pushing out, but they get the ball out through Sancho again. Tottenham 1, Sunderland 0. Gus Poyet, the scorer at White Hart Lane. Legwinski. It's overcooked as a back pass by Goma, but Edwin van der Sar has a reputation of being perhaps the best goalkeeper at international level with the ball at his feet. Certainly rescued the situation then. And he's did in less dramatic circumstances for Liverpool. Malbranque feeling that Xavier was turning into trouble here. But free kick is given. Goma. Legwinski. It's a lovely turn from Zaha. Legwinski continued his run, actually went through the centre, but Zaha looked to the left, and Malbranque has been conspicuous. Marley. Napier was falling, but he kept his balance long enough. Liverpool have kept their lead with half-time approaching. And Risa stopped in his tracks by the offside decision. We're into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Fulham 0, Liverpool 1. It's a pretty straightforward decision against Yonana Risa. Alan Wiley using the stoppage just to sort out the difference of opinion between Harman and Malbranque. Marley, great header. Zaha. Liverpool's organisation again working well defensively. Brought out by Harman. Malka ahead of Schmitzer. Heskey in the centre. So Liverpool fans who are yelling there. Lewinsky, who has got a suspension coming up, he's reached the 5 yellow card mark. He misses the Chelsea game. Shaken up by Sylvain Lewinsky, who sees yellow. Danny Murphy to take the free kick. Risa, Heskey. And the deflection in the end took some of the pace off it. It did change the direction quite dramatically. Quick kick by Edwin van der Sar, looking for Marley and finding Marley, who, right at the opposite end of the ground, reacted to van der Sar's intentions, and he waves back to his goalkeeper to say thanks for one of the longer passes you'll ever see. And right on the goal line itself, well, they got a touch to win this corner. Lewinsky. This is Wadu. Boamorte seemed to lose his balance at a rather crucial moment. Brevitt. Murphy wants it to run out here. Bronk has other ideas. Lewinsky. Two Fulham players looking to locate the ball as it dropped. Good retrieving by Malbronk. Sure didn't get much distance on the header that time. Came off the outside of Lewinsky's boot. Dudek untroubled. Liverpool even closer to half-time. Still in front at the Cottage. Murphy. Vitally important for Fulham not to switch off here. It's over Anelka, but there was a touch behind him from Alain Goma. If Liverpool could get a second before half-time, they would be feeling that a significant part of today's work had been put in place. It's going to be 4 extra minutes. Risa's corner. Malbronk after a good leap by Marley. Schmeiter. Into added time, the 4-minute board has been held up by the 4th official, Clive Wilkes. Passed away by Wadu. Wonderful footwork from Saha, and he was just getting away. An advantage was about to be played when Harman came across. So Fulham get the free kick. Clark on as a substitute for Sean Davis. Malbronk. Much more the wide man today. France under 21, as I said earlier, but actually born in Belgium. Xavier hails from Mozambique. Portuguese colony and of course a Portuguese international. Lewinsky, Clark, it's all a bit tight for Fulham. Brevitt is there as well. Behind him, Gomar. Sliding in with both feet. And he's put for that. Ball rather stuck under his feet, and then you really can't go in with both feet. Didn't do any damage to Anelka, but it might have done. See why the referee sought to punish Rufus Brevitt. Olsho. Anelka off the chest. Schmitzer. Brevitt and Gomar. Going to deal with some spin there on the ball. Olsho. Judged by Ouadou, hasn't missed too much in the air. Heskey getting closer to those left-footed clearances from Van der Sar. Half-time at Craven Cottage. Liverpool lead. They got the goal early from Nicolas Anelka, who's very much betting into life back in the English game. And Stefan Olsho with a marvellous rescuing challenge on Steve Marley. Sami Herpy has been strong as well. Louis Saha has rattled the crossbar, but at half-time here in southwest London, it is Fulham 0, Liverpool 1. The second period underway. All they can do is keep winning, keep chasing. The club that has won more championships in England than any other. 18, of course, but they've been stuck on that number since 1990. While Manchester United have been carrying so much before them through the 90s and into the 21st century. And Sammy Lee was leading the indignation there, one of the Liverpool coaches, of course, on Wiley's decision. But it is Fulham who get the free kick. It's a Liverpool ball now, as Wright was sent tumbling. It's been an early goal in the second half at White Hart Lane with Patrick Mboma, Cameroon international, recently recruited by Peter Reid, getting his first goal in English football, 1-1 at Tottenham. Saha, Boa Morte. Making good ground again. One that tested the reach of Stefan Olsho. It's looking a more profitable route maybe for Fulham in the second half. They've got a corner from this surge down the left. Malbronk takes it. Headed away by Heskey, and Nelka going to help out as well, although he got a bang around the hip by Clark. And Anelka not best impressed. Doesn't say too much in English, but I think he's got the vocabulary, certainly, to get his message to Clark, but he's now got to understand what referee Alan Wiley is saying to both the Fulham substitute and the Liverpool goalscorer himself. It's a high arm, I think he was objecting to, in fact. Saha. Malbronk. It's Clark! Well, it was Olsho in the way. Either Dudek would have saved it, is academic, because Stefan Olsho says you don't need to save it. Swiss international put himself on the line, in the line there of Clark's shot. Finnan. It's just hammered forward by I think it's still rather steaming, Anelka. The first half didn't carry any extra edge, really. Not much for the referee to worry about in terms of the players' behaviour, but it's just got a little bit warmer, the temperature of the match. In which Liverpool still hold the lead. Marlow. Do rather got underneath that. Schmeitzer just popping it forward for Heskey. That's over flamboyant in the circumstances from the England man. And this is a French fellow forward who's fired up at the moment. Malbranc. To come infield, get the ball to feet. Not a lot of defenders like that, but they work very much on the detail of their technique, the Fulham players, all of them. Doesn't mean to say that there won't be a few fouls conceded. It wasn't much of a trip by Malbranc. Heskey. Boa-Morte. Of obstruction by Murphy. He's not happy about it and is in danger of throwing the ball away with a gesture of dissent. Clark. Saho has looked a potential avenue for Fulham to get something from this game. He loses out to Schmeitzer, and the collective Liverpool work really, and Anelka. Goma's worried here. He knows all about Anelka's pace. Pass aim for Risa, cut out by Finnan. He dropped though for Murphy, who sets himself up for a clever shot. Van der Sar was able to stretch out and save, but only with some difficulty. Checked infield of Legwinski. Put the curl on it, Danny Murphy. I'm sure it was going in. It was a fine reach by Edwin van der Sar at the cost of a corner. Could easily have been a second for Liverpool. Came off Alain Goma, collected by Brevet. And left Malbranc forward. And work it with Legwinski, and now with Clark. Liverpool have regrouped. Legwinski again. Finnan, but Boa-Morte takes over. And takes over again. And he was in front of Harman, who positionally was at a disadvantage here. And once he turned there and blocked off Harman with his body, Lewis Boa-Morte was always going to be fouled. And this time it is a foul, and you might wonder, Boa-Morte himself, was that different from what happened in the penalty area? Obviously, in Alan Wiley's mind, it certainly was. Fulham have got the decision this time. Finnan takes. Oh, and I think it was goal-bound until Dudek got there from Alain Goma. Marlow was trying to follow up and turn the loose ball in. Here's Wright. Both goalkeepers have distinguished themselves already in the second half. Schmeitzer, room for a runner on the right, but in the end they were trying a central route, Liverpool. Murphy had seen where the space was and gone there, but the ball didn't follow. Game just a little bit spread at the moment, maybe more spread than Liverpool would like. Morte down again. Liverpool fans having a real go at him. Goma, who climbed so well at that free kick a moment or two ago. Still more than half an hour left. And the 13th minute now of the second half. It was the 13th minute of the first half. And we had the only goal so far from Anelka. Goma very nearly put Fulham level. Look at Marley coming in. But, Wright just saw him away and saw the ball away. Murphy. Anelka. I would say Fulham do lose the ball in their own half more than most teams in the Premiership. Doesn't happen very often, but the way they play means they're always vulnerable to that. Murphy nipped in, but Anelka crashed his shot over the Fulham crossbar. Risa staying on the left and jumping here with Marley. Wadu. Finnan. Different job for Marley now. It's too high for Hales. Anelka with time to measure it to Murphy. He wasn't afforded the same luxury, but there's a mistake by Finnan. Heskey. Heskey's cross, no one really anticipating it for Liverpool. Wasn't the worst ball of the afternoon by any means. Saha. The time Fulham are taking to make progress that's frustrating the crowd at the moment. Clark is the controlled release of Jean Tigana. Rush the game, that you can still find a way through if you're shrewd and sophisticated with the moving of the ball around the pitch. They have got some pace if they want to turn it on. Marley and Saha in particular. It's very responsible work by Murphy, showing no evidence of tiredness from the Turkey trip, but that is a factor that might kick into play, Fulham would hope, in the last quarter of an hour or so. Liverpool are currently bottom of their Champions League group in the second phase, but still with a chance of qualifying. Clark. Clark again. Off a little wearily. Legwinski. Being the fulcrum of Fulham's play, Lee Clark, but his legs really aching. This is a terribly difficult level to get your fitness back for. So demanding. Saha, Hales. This is Marley. Oxo in the way again. He was on his toes. And others were just a little bit flat-footed. He's had a memorable game so far, Stefan Oxo. Anelka just eased it wide to Heskey. Risa waiting on the left. Pass just made him check. It's still Risa. But he rather lost his sense of direction at the end, but he's chasing back the Norwegian as Marley tries to get on the move. Hales. Maybe a bit of tugging there by Sami Hyypiä. Free kick to Fulham. Inches for the card again. It's a bit of a break of the ball in the first place, but it broke for Hales, and he was half grabbed by Hyypiä. Hales stuck out an arm of his own, and he would say that was in self-defence. A foul it certainly was. Looking a little bit more of a surprise, but Mel Brock, having conceded the free kick, defended it. Tower of strength again. Collins was waiting. Anelka was very much on the move, and Harman knows there's options to the left. Brilliantly left by Murphy. Risa. Murphy again, he's spotted Anelka. And Liverpool will get another goal here and finish off the Fulham resistance. Anelka coming in at the near post, but he had some company, Emil Heskey. It was Abdes Ouadou who did enough to put Heskey off. Malbronk to reach back to dig the ball out. Goma. Still time for the London club. Collins. Saha, great change of pace. He's passed to Ancho. He's passed right as well, but he's gone wide. Still Saha. For Malbronk, who is behind him. Really fired across, but electrifying play by Louis Saha. He has been short of confidence, and you just wonder what he could do for Fulham if he gets a run of form going. Hits the back of the net a few times, as he did so regularly in the promotion season. Anelka, who's hit the back of the net today, and again was looking to help Liverpool clinch it here. But his remains the only notch on the scoreline, with just over 10 minutes to go. And that's his last contribution, because Anelka's number is up. And he will give way to Jari Litmanen, who came on and set up a very important European goal in Turkey on Tuesday. An equaliser in Istanbul for Heskey. Different type of player to the man he is replacing. Litmanen gets some final words from Phil Thompson. He's got 10 minutes or so. What came off Harman towards Ancho. Legwinski. Murphy. Turn of foot there by Collins. I think Ouadou saw it flick off Heskey, who maybe felt it didn't flick off him. There's a genuine belief in Emil Heskey that it should have been Liverpool's throw. Ouadou again. Saha, Legwinski, I think it's the only member of centre of midfield who's still going. Malbronk started a wider position. Davis and Saha, Davis and Clark have been and gone. Out comes Dudek. Savio away. Legwinski reclaims it. Brevitt. Collins, Legwinski, got three forward for them. They need to get the ball up to them. Hales. Made Stephen Wright play it, he has. Moving the throw to Finnan. Saha. Arman puts it out. Every little touch defensively here for Liverpool. A step nearer completing the job. Finnan. And Ancho went into it to get his head to the ball. Savio away. Van der Sar is. Called even by the referee at that collision. Legwinski. Saha. Malbrook. Marley! No, he's put it wide. With the best piece of passing that Fulham have put together in the match, really. Liverpool had no answer defensively this time. Quick, crisp, accurate till it came to the shot. Marley has missed an opening, which may mean that Fulham end here at Craven Cottage empty-handed. Finnan. Saha stretching for the ball. Referee thought he didn't get it. Four minutes plus stoppage time to go. More news from the Barclaycard Premiership. Chelsea have equalised at Charlton through Frank Lampard. Hales. He's got a lot to do. He's not been able to sweep in the cross. Southampton have their two-goal cushion back. They lead 3-1 at Ipswich now. Chris Marsden is having a tremendous season, the scorer of that third Southampton goal. Charlton are back in front against Chelsea. A second for Jason Ewell. Three minutes left plus added time at Craven Cottage. Liverpool seeing it through. Lippmann. Risa. Murphy, cutely done. Flag up against Heskey. Well, Fulham have performed well enough. There's not too much problem with the style of their play. Maybe a panache in midfield, but it's the finishing that they can't come up with. They've averaged going into today's game a goal a game in the Premiership. They haven't got the one for this match. And that is going to, it seems, be very costly for them. They've tried to force the play in the second half. They've made the substitutions to increase their forward power. Still that moment of collective sloppy defending that allowed Anelka to score early in the afternoon. It remains the apparently decisive moment. Risa. Murphy. He just helps it up. We're waiting with interest to see how much added time there will be. We're into the 90th minute of regulation time. Hales. Finnan. No foul. With Frank Harman going to ground, it is a corner. And then dropped there, and when you think what happened to Boa Morte, it's a great defensive header by Emil Heskey. Van der Sar up to the halfway line. Collins, Saha, and it's Wadu cropping up on the left. Not a natural left winger. Oh, and Van der Sar. Oh, he's lost out to Lippmann. Back goes Finnan on the line. But Jari Lippmann, that wasn't easy. But he's finished off Fulham here. Edwin van der Sar took a risk as Fulham chased the game from every department, including the goalkeeper. But how about that from poise, all from here, when Wadu lost out and Van der Sar suddenly realised he wasn't a centre-back, hesitated, and on both goals hesitation has been a fault for Fulham. But hats off to Jari Litmanen for guiding it in from an awkward angle. Had a great time for Liverpool. They now lead Fulham by 2-0. And away win number 10 in the Premiership is in the bag. We're into the extra 3 minutes, and Liverpool are looking for a third goal. Murphy, or some of them are maybe. Army's offside.
Today's last champagne man of the match chosen by you is squad number 20, Louis Saha.
Barmby. Well, it's a chilling end for Fulham, who were right in it for so long, but at this level, your mistakes tend to be punished, and you have to take your chances. Sarah has still got some more orthodox work to concentrate on. Liverpool aren't worrying about getting a cross in. Litmanen. They go to a point behind Manchester United, who don't play until tomorrow at Derby. Legwinski. Late goal at Villa Park from Darius Vassell. Aston Villa 2, West Ham 1. Hales, Collins, and it flew up off Stefan Ancho, who's giving nothing away even in stoppage time. Fulham's corner. It's Heskey who got to it first. Clean sheet for Liverpool. 2 goals they've scored, 3 points they have. One came early from Anelka, and one came very late from Jari Litmanen after Edwin van der Sar had set off on a fool's errand, as it turned out. So it's not Heskey and Owen they're talking about today, but other forwards who've found the net. And Liverpool continue in their chase for the championship. Fulham, as always, played neatly, but they didn't have a way past Stefan Ancho, who gave a mighty performance, and Sami Hyypiä alongside him. They have lost for a 3rd league game in a row, but Liverpool march on. Fulham 0, Liverpool 2.